Streamyard. I am going to, as usual, copy and paste the chat, the link in the chat, and we'll see how it goes. Anybody wants to jump in, we'll let them jump in. Maybe. I have to agree with you. So hope everybody's weekend is going well. I had a little bit, stay home, work the weekend, get some listings up, do some errands. Nothing fabulous, but just doing the grind, as they say. It's getting things done. Gonna learn how to play with this a little better. Sorry. I'm still playing around. Still trying to figure it out. But good morning, everyone. I appreciate you guys being here this morning. Coffee with tea on the weekends. Figure we don't have a lot of lives going on the weekend, so maybe Saturday and Sunday mornings I'll continue to do a little live chat. Hope everyone is doing well on this. Well, in here it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Don't know what it's like by you. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully anybody involved in the hurricane is doing well. Hopefully you're safe and sound and not bombarded with flooding and things like that. Let me know if you guys, Glenn, if you're around, or Tiffany, if you're around, let me know. Well, Tiffany, I know you got evacuated, so just want to know how everyone else is doing, making sure everybody's safe and sound. And we'll talk about a few things this morning, kind of some sourcing. If anybody did any sourcing this weekend, feel free to share that with me or with us, and make sure that you type in the chat here. The one thing I have to figure out too, I have to learn how to kind of scroll back and forth. Not that I need to have my YouTube open, because I have the live chat in the YouTube, but I feel like I'm missing comments and things when I'm not in there. I'm just so used to it. I guess I could just pop out the chat, even though I have the chat this way. At least they'll let me know too who my wrenches are in the room. Always want to have my wrenches standing by. But anyway, thanks guys for coming in. I didn't do any garage sailing yesterday, surprisingly enough, because I did everything online. I shopped crazy online. I was in an auction for 3.5 hours. Not a good how do I say it? Not a good spend of my time. But I did buy a ton of stuff from Donatello Bottolino. Gotta pronounce her name correctly. She always yells at Derek for not pronouncing her name correctly. But I did buy the day before from her, the night before, Friday night, and then she had another live auction yesterday. They were on for like 3.5 hours. Crazy. But I did buy a ton of clothes, men's stuff, women's stuff, a few odds and ends here and there. And then last night also I went on to Dwayne who is the mothership. Oh my gosh, mental block. Forgot. But Dwayne, forgive me because I'm new to your channel, and I did buy some 8mm film from back in the 60s, which, according to Don the Auction Professor, can be good and bad. Depends on what's on the film. Dwayne said he didn't check it out. I'm lucky enough to have a dad who's been into photography his entire life, and he is a hoarder. Boy, oh boy, he is a hoarder. And I mean that in the most lovingest way, Father. But he does have like probably everything back from when we first moved into our house here back in, good morning, treasure hustlers, or you are away. I believe you, I watched your video this morning with your deep dive. I was playing around watching everybody because I'm doing this list for Darlene Norgus R to get everybody straight who they are and who their names are. So I do apologize. I do know your name, but it's going to take me 1 second. Jackie. Okay, I remembered. It's Jackie. Actually, I used my cheat sheet, Jackie. But it's all good. Mothership Products. Yes, that's it. So I was on Dwayne's show last night, and I bought, he had 36, I believe. I think it was 36 or 37. 8mm films, Kodak on, the reel-to-reel, the little ones. So my dad, he has that projector. He has the 16, he has all the projectors. I don't never have to worry about sourcing ever again when dad passes. I mean, that sounds terrible. I'm still sourcing from when my mom passed a year and a half ago, between clothes with tags and perfumes and everything that she just had and didn't use. But yes, Jackie, I watched your camera underwater deep dive this morning. I don't know exactly where you are. I think, are you in the South? I know you said it was very hot where you were. I'm not sure, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, somewhere in that neck of the woods. I don't remember. But I know you said it was very hot where you were. It's very hot here. I'm out on Long Island, and dang, LOL, and Sarah, but Jackie is always the one typing unless Sarah gets bored doing whatever she does on the computer. Oh, okay. Okay, no worries. Also, listen, I love to chat with you personally. I have no problem. I have, and I'll post it again if you're up to it and you want to. I know it's early there, and Oh, you're in California. Oh, whereabouts? Orange County. Okay, my aunt lives in San Diego. My cousin is in, gosh, where are her and her husband now? I forgot, actually. Well, my aunt is actually in Fallbrook. That's where my aunt is. She's inland a little bit. My cousin, I can't remember what city she's in again, but she's in Orange County as well. But yeah, I'm sure it's hot all over. Usually it's not that hot there. It's supposed to be, according to my aunt, it's 78 degrees all year round, or 80-something degrees all year round. But I think everybody's getting hit with the heat. The worst part here on Long Island is we got the humidity when it gets really hot. So that's the only thing. My air's been running for a couple of weeks now. We went from heat to air here. But anyway, I did put the link in the chat if you feel like popping in. This is StreamYard. This is the new kind of live share that most of us are going to be using since Google Hangouts is going away. And I'm kind of glad in a way. Okay, 2 hours from you. Okay. All right, great. Is that San Diego? Okay. So Orange County, yeah, I can't think of the name of where my cousin is. She's a little further north than where my aunt is in Fallbrook. We just went to her wedding. 86 to 88, that's hot. Yeah, that's what it's here. But the difference is when it's 88, it's 88 humidity, which is the worst. Like the sweat is pouring down. And believe me, this lady at my age going through the changes does not need to know about 88 and 88 in humidity. Believe me, I'm sweating as it is all the time. But yeah, so I was on Mothership Products last night. I bought those films. We'll see. I don't know. I watched On the Auction Professor. Sometimes he says some of those are good and sometimes they're not. We did some research and it's not going anywhere. Oh, really? Well, you know what? They said it's not going away, but it's going to now be developed more for meetings. Like, like if, I work full time, so I work for Chase, right? So yeah, we do meetings and we have things like that. We don't use that platform, but some businesses, I guess, do. And I guess they're trying to get more of the business aspect of it. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not true. But I like this platform better than Google Hangouts. It's easier to access. I think the picture and the audio is better, but that's just me. I like the fact, like, if you come in, right, it's just you and I side by side. Or if we have 4 people, it's 4 even squares you can make around, rather than just me at the top and the little boxes along the bottom. I really like that, especially like, if you're going to interview somebody and you do like a side by side, it's really nice. So even if it's not going away, I may still stick with it. Google Hangout service is shutting down for G Suite customers in October 2000. Not sure what G Suite is. Yeah, I don't know. I'll use this anyway. I'm good with it. Yeah, it does look good. I think it looks good. I think it's my camera on my computer is pretty decent. It's not great. I can still see a lot of pixelation, but that's just the camera on my screen because I don't use an external camera. I probably will get one at some point. Yeah, and you just pop out the comments. See, I don't, as the host, I don't even have to pop out the comments. I don't even technically have to have YouTube open right now because everybody, you're in the chat here on my Streamyard. So other than the fact that I can't tell who is, an admin or not, that's the only difference. But I kind of know who my admins are at this point. But you'd come in, but you look like a hot mess. Yeah, so do I. I don't really care. Listen, still got my Cooperstown T-shirt on. It's all good. I don't care. My hair's a mess. Yeah, it's all right. That's why it's morning coffee with tea. But thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have fun. You look like you had a lot of fun yesterday. And you were swimming. I didn't even open my pool this year, I'll be honest with you. My boys now, because, basically both my boys are gone, although my youngest son still lives at home. He's never here. I mean, he didn't come home last night. He probably stayed out at his girlfriend's. Well, he did. I didn't probably because I still make him report in. Mommy wants to know. My oldest son is married and him and his wife, are on their own now. So I just, last year I went in it twice. My husband went in. I don't have a face anyway. I never have a face. I never wear makeup. I wear makeup like once or twice a year. It's so funny. Well, I have my bra on, but TMI. Anyway, so it's a headshot, right? We don't have to worry about anything else. So I didn't open the pool. I just said, I want to go swimming. I'll go down to the beach. The beach here. I'm on Long Island. It's not that far away. I can drive. My brother also, who lives within walking distance, if I really wanted to swim, I could go over to his pool. So I have some choices. Last year, I only went in the pool twice, maybe 3 times. I'm saying twice, but it might have been 3 times. And my husband, I think, went in once. And my youngest son and his girlfriend went in it once. And to open it up, to start chlorinating it and vacuuming it all the time and doing all that, it's just not worth my time. I'm so busy otherwise trying to get this really ramped up. And especially now we got fourth quarter. I bought another cover on eBay, believe it or not, because ours that was on there all winter because of the wind and stuff ripped a little bit. I'm throwing another cover on top of the cover and I'm just leaving it covered. I need a liner and I'm not doing it because I'm going to make a decision. We'll probably make a decision next year on a couple of things. 1 is to take the pool down. 2 is to move. And if we move, it's definitely coming down. We'll just fill it in. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but there's no pool this year for here at the T household. So I hear you, Jackie. So funny. All right, so I'm saying Jackie now. Did I read the message wrong? Am I talking to Jackie? Sarah, because I'm not 100% familiar with you, and I do apologize, I have to read that message again. Oh, dang, LOL, and Sarah. But Jackie is always the one typing unless Sarah gets bored doing whatever. Okay. All right. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You want to come in? I'm sending you the link. It's there. I got Treasure Hustler here, Jackie or Sarah. Not sure which one. She's going to clarify her comment from before. But where am I moving to? So... not far. Yes, Jackie. Okay. Thank you. Not far, like 3 hours away, maybe Delaware. We've been driving around a couple of places there and looking into a single family home in a gated community for 55 and over. I'm not 55 yet, but my husband is. He's an old man. I married an old man. He'll actually be 60. No, he is 62. He'll be 63 in November. Look, we're all getting old. So that is our plan. It's very expensive here on Long Island. We want to retire and can't do it here. Just can't do it here. So that's our plan. It still will be close enough to go to, come here, back to New York. I still have my two sons will be here. I have an aunt still here. Now I have my dad and my aunt here as well, and my brother, and of course friends and stuff. So okay, all right, good. You have work to do, and I hear you. I lost a lot of work time yesterday. Thank God in the morning before I got on yesterday, I listed about probably 10 or 15 items, and then throughout the day I probably got maybe another 10 up. I didn't get as much up as I wanted to. I really wanted to get a lot more, but got it for sure today. After this, I am listing. I'm going on a listing spree, although Dad called me this morning and asked me if I'd run to the supermarket. So I'll do that quick when we're done, and then I'm coming back, and I'm locking myself in the house until tomorrow morning when I have to go to work, because I bought a lot of stuff yesterday. I have a lot of stuff still here to list, and my husband's going to have my head when the boxes start rolling in and the other stuff is still not listed. Although he has some stuff to do, he has some research and some pricing. I do rely on him for him. We are kind of a team when it comes to that, so that's a good thing. And he's working today on his other job, so he stays out of my way sometimes, which is good. This way I can just list and not be distracted. Sometimes he'll call me over. What is this? What is this called? I forgot what this is, or I can't find this, or you spend too much money on this, and no, you're not looking up the right thing, because he does that to me all the time. Everything he buys, if we go outsourcing, is a home run. Everything I buy is worthless. I may record. So Lisa's saying I may record a video later, but I need to get caught up here. I hear you. Yeah. All right. So you got a few pieces. Yeah. I got a few pieces of clothing. Yes, I did get a few. But you know what? The sourcing and auctions and stuff is not a bad thing. I'm actually going to be doing an auction myself. I know it sounds crazy after I've been buying crazy from the auction, but Derek's got me on, I think, August 5th. And I'm gonna do some lots and some things to sell. I haven't decided exactly how I'm gonna do it, because my gamut of selling runs, from one spectrum to the other. I source everything, I sell everything. I mean, simple little, tiny trinkets to large photographs, frame pictures. The other day we sold a rival barbecue pit, which it sits on the table, but it was pretty large. It was pretty heavy to ship. So I do it all. I used to kind of be focused into one thing, but that did help me find out about a lot. First I started sourcing books, learned a lot about books, learned about ISBN numbers and first editions and how to read the number line and what all that means. And I did books for a long time. I started actually with collectibles way back when, but got away from it very quickly because I just found books were easier to source and list. And now I don't like books that much anymore. They're harder to find these days. And a lot of people who, sell on Amazon, that's all they do as well. So I have a lot of competition when it comes to that. I like going to a garage sale and 1 o'clock in the afternoon and still finding a treasure because people are sourcing, or kind of have those blinders on and don't really widen their spectrum of finding things. I can kind of look at things from a book to a piece of artwork to a crystal piece, a iPhone, Pyrex. You got to know what's good and what's bad. Cutco knives, things that some people just don't even know. So that's kind of what I've been doing now. And we've educated ourselves along the way. I've been again, I tell you guys all the time, I've been reselling since, I keep saying 19, it's probably almost 20 years. No, it's probably 19. I'll say 19 because we bought this house in 1999. And that was June, and probably almost a year later is when I started. So yeah, probably 2000, probably in the summer of 2000. And I only even did that because my older son had an eBay site and he was selling a couple of things. And he kind of got me involved because we had a lot of stuff in the house from moving my husband's house and my house into this house, including my aunt, whose business I took over, and she passed away 3 days before we bought the house, and I had to move her house into here as well. So I had a ton of stuff, even though I did, the garage sale gig myself. I probably gave a lot of stuff away. I still kept a lot of stuff and eventually sold it, and it just got the bug in me, so to speak. And I did it part-time for a really, really, really long time. I mean, I'm still doing it part-time, but I feel like it's a second full-time job now, only because I do it night and day when I'm not at my other job. I come home, I sit down, I start listing. In the morning when I get up, over my coffee, I sit, I list. And thank God for my husband, who does a lot of the research and he does a lot of the after. So if I sell, we start picking at night and he'll pack and ship. And one of us will go to the post office the next day, depending on it. And if both of us can't go, I have my youngest son, if he's around, or my dad would even do it for me. So we have help that way, which is nice. And then my husband also does like the after stuff. He has his Excel spreadsheet that he puts in, what we bought it for with all the fees. My Excel spreadsheet, is all calculated out to know, okay, here's the ePay fees, here's the PayPal fees. It has a shipping column, and then it gives us our net. The only thing I don't have built in there is my actual store. Of course I do. Random question. I enjoy doing YouTube. I actually did YouTube, and I tell everybody this too. I did it a few years back. My husband is a chef by trade, as you guys can tell. And he had a cooking channel for a while. The only difference is that I never did really any lives. I did a few lives here and there. We used to do like a rant on the couch at night. It was something new we threw into our YouTube channel towards the end of our kind of 4-year demise, because it's been about 4 years probably since we posted on that channel. And I probably grew it. I won't say, I don't know if I ever hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe 800. Which, you could kick yourself. It's like Amazon. I did Amazon 8 years ago, and then I walked away, and I probably would be grandfathered into so many things today hadn't I done that. But I want to sell off a bunch of bigger things so I can downsize and move back north. That's why I got a booth in the antique mall. Yeah, you got a lot of jewelry, though, Lisa. That's easy to kind of move with. I'm worried about if we move. Oh my God, I have so much glass and collectible stuff. I don't even know. I'll have to definitely do something with all that. I hate to, in a way, give it away, but I might not have a choice. So Jackie, why do you ask? Why do you ask? Of course, I want to grow up my YouTube channel. Of course. What do you got for me, Jack? Come on, spill the beans. I see a sales pitch coming. I'm in sales for my whole life. It's funny. Yeah, Lisa, I did go. And you know what, Lisa? Oh, got it. Hey, when you have time to look up YouTube video tags, yeah. I was so into that stuff before, and I kind of forgot a lot of it. I used to do the tags even with my husband, you know, cooking, barbecue, comfort food, crazy, crazy stuff. But I have to also remember, yeah, my cooking channel, I keep saying I'm going to keep linking it below, but I don't know if it's better. I haven't put a video out there, like I said, on that channel in like 4 years. So I don't know if it's better that I don't link it below and start from scratch, or take those videos and migrate them to another channel. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I have to even just put like my eBay link and my Facebook and all of that, because I do have a Facebook page. I do have a Facebook group. I just have a My Great Find For You Facebook page, and then a My Great Find For You eBay store. That's my store. That's the main store. My husband has a store, and then we use my son's 50 free items a month store just for some extra stuff. I do some auctions on there because I don't do a lot of auctions. Right. So I forgot you do a lot of music. Well, you don't even sell the music. You just have the music. Also link. YouTube loves links, especially links back to your YouTube channels. Okay. All right. Good to know. And again, do you think it matters that that channel hasn't been out there for over 4 years? Because I'm almost like tempted, and I'm not even sure how to do it. If I could move those videos like to another channel to start it up again, or should I just start that channel up again? I feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, Lisa, I went on your channel and I wasn't subscribed. And I swear I subscribed to your channel. So I think YouTube's playing games with all of us, because that's not the first channel that I went to that I was unsubscribed to, that I definitely had subscription to. But I did watch I watched a couple of your streams with the cars, because my husband loves that. Always link, yeah. Okay. I'm not a jewelry I shouldn't say I'm not a jewelry person. Believe me, all of us women love jewelry, but I don't have a lot of interest in buying it. No, keep the channel. Okay. I probably wear, and it's terrible to say, I probably wear the same earrings most every day. My one ring that my husband bought me, it's an emerald, platinum, diamond. He bought it for me for my 40th birthday. I never take it off. Well, once in a while, if I cream my hands or something like that, I do. Or when I go for a pedi or a mani. My wedding ring, I just had fixed, and because I've gotten so fat, I put it on and I couldn't get it off. I was using, oh my God, what is it called? String, dental floss, or whatever to get it off. And I'm not putting it back on until I drop some more weight. It's already established, so it has an adventure above starting at 0 subs. Well, it is established, but again, it's established 4 years ago. But I'll do it. Yeah, I'll definitely try it, and then we'll see what happens. I got to get my husband back into the groove. But all of those videos, basically, with the cooking, are all taped. I had, and I don't even know, I probably have to sign up for the subscription again. I did a lot more. This is the other reason I like the lives. I don't do a lot of cutting and animation and clips and things like that. When I was doing the cooking show, I was doing a lot of, cut-ins, cutouts, practicing on doing titles, running things, music in the background that we could use. And I'm trying to remember, it was Cut Pro. It was one of the ones, not this one that a lot of people use. It was kind of I think it was an Adobe Stream. I can't remember now, but I don't even think I have it anymore. Probably have to sign up for it again. And I've changed computers probably since then as well. So I probably don't even have it loaded anywhere. It's not Select Cut Pro. I can't remember what it is. But exactly, you have to show interest on their video. Ah, is that why? Okay. All right. So I gotta remember. It's just so crazy because there's not enough hours in the day just to go to everybody's channel. And I'm kind of annoyed at myself for wasting so much time on YouTube yesterday, because I don't want to waste hours and hours. I'll listen when I list, and that's fine. whether somebody's live or if nobody's live, I'll just listen to a recorded video. Or like yesterday, Lisa, I watched a couple of your automobile show ones, where you guys just walking around and watching seeing the cars. Good morning, Debbie Does Sales. How are you this morning? Debbie, I have the link. Feel free. You can always join if you want to come in. I know you are, you're in Texas, right? So you're about an hour earlier than me, about 10 to 9 there, but that's okay. If you feel up to it and you want to come in, that's great. You can join me. I'm good. I'm just having my coffee here. I'm talking to Jackie from Treasure Hustlers and Lisa from Flippin' Crazy. And I have somebody else stalking and watching, but not putting their name in the chat. Not sure who that is, but it's all good. Okay, here comes Debbie. Wonderful. All right, Deb. Come in. I know you are. All right, and then you just got to make sure you mute your YouTube. About an hour earlier than me, about 10 to 9. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. So this is what I meant too before, guys, when I was talking, like, even if there's just, hey, good morning, Debbie. So this is what I like about the Streamyard too, because, we could have two of us side by side as opposed to I just take up the whole screen and everybody else is in the little box at the bottom.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what, Debbie? Jackie, and I don't know if you know Jackie from Treasure Hustlers, she was saying.
Hey, Jackie. Hi, Sarah.
She said that now Google Hangouts isn't going away.
I don't care. This is so much simpler.
That's what I said.
And the quality is so much better.
Absolutely, 100%.
And you can use your phone if you need to, especially if you've got enough subscribers. So my feeling is that I'm not going to go any other direction. And I just found, talk about garage sales, darling. We're in the middle of cleaning out ours after 18 years. I found some neat stuff. And I found my Logitech camera I bought a couple of years ago. It's a 1080p for my computer. So that's what we're watching right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out, see if it worked. And it does. But nope, that's coming off my computer. Now I have to figure out how to get that little camera to work. But I know how to get there. So I'll worry about it later. But the point is that it's a 1080p Logitech and it is A1. And I'm going, oh my gosh. Then I found 2 power mixers that are small mixers. I found all my old microphones that are still A1. Anytime you run across an SM58 microphone at a garage sale, just look on the band. If it says SM58, that's a Shure microphone. It's an Omni. I'm still on the first cup, guys.
It's all good. It's all good.
If you find an SM58, that is a Shure microphone. And it is still one of the key microphones that all performers use. Oh. So I've got 4 of those I found yesterday, plus my wireless mic, which is also a Shure. And I found my Vocal Pro, which will allow you to take and be a woman in voice and change it. I sound like Jim Reeves when I sing with this thing, and it sounds just like Jim Reeves. So I used to do a Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline duo with myself.
Oh my gosh, that's
so much fun. Anyway, with that being said, we cleaned out our garage, and the stuff that I'm finding that I thought was important stuff in the 70s is now considered vintage. So too much fun. Too much fun, baby girl. Too much fun. So I found an old, I got to show you this, girl. T, you're going to love this, even though it's not clothing. Just a minute.
I'm not 100% all into clothing. Don't think I'm the clothing gal.
Look what I found in my stuff. It is a poster for Camel cigarettes.
Yeah.
Is that just not kick?
Oh my God, it's in great condition.
Yep. And I remember picking this up because they were going to throw it away at a Walmart. Gosh, eons ago. This is dated R.J. Reynolds 2004.
Okay.
So, but I love it. So I kept it, and it was in a box, and it didn't get all yucked up. So I was in real good shape. Nice. So I'm going to keep this. This is the Turkish Royal Gold. They've got the mellow menthol, the smooth and mellow Turkish blend, and the rich and mellow Turkish blend. Camels is what is advertised right there. I don't know if you can see it the right way. Right there.
It's funny. I think back in 1994, my husband and I owned a stationery store, And if I had all the tobacco stuff that we had from R.J. Reynolds and Philip Morris and everything, all that advertisement, just thinking about all this stuff.
I only collected that because of the graphics. I thought I could use the graphics in something else I was working on, because all I'd have to do is make sure that that poster was not, I got copyright permission to use it, and it's in a long story. But I thought, I love this picture of this woman's face. So they were going to throw it away. I said, no, I want to take it because I know how to transfer stuff around. We used to be extremely good with my hair. I took a shower and did nothing to my hair. Isn't that just amazing? Ugh, I look a rooster. Anyway,
it's all good.
I'm still in my jammies. Anyway, so I got that. I got it for that reason. I never thought I'd resell it. And when I ran across that yesterday, I told my husband, let me have that. Don't touch it. Don't do anything to it. Let me have it. And I brought it in. And I set it on the piano. And I said, that's it. I'm going to sell that. And then I found a clothes steamer that I bought that's brand new that I've never used. I need that. I mean, I bought some things. Anyway, that is one of the things that's going to go up on the Monday night auction for sure.
Good. So Jackie's joking. Jackie's saying, who is Jim Reeves? I guess we're showing our age here, too.
Welcome to my world. Yeah. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, happen now and then. Anyway, so much for early morning. He's the one that sang that song and did it beautifully.
Yes. And Jackie, you are a little younger than Debbie and I, so.
A little? Good Lord, girl, I think she could be my granddaughter.
Probably mine too. But yeah, she could definitely be my daughter because I have a 34-year-old son, that's for sure.
I have a almost 50-year-old son. I'm an old woman.
Nah, it's all good. Hey, I keep saying it's as young as we feel. We're as young as we feel. So
I refuse to grow up.
Yeah, not growing up. Never.
I'm not going to do it. No, you can't make me. I refuse. So what are you up to today, girl?
I got a list today. Yesterday, I was so caught up in all those auctions and everything. You saw me. I was 3.5 hours on Donatella. Donna bought everything from Donna practically. And I had bought Friday night from her too. And so I kept joking, you'll have to back the trailer up to my house. But it's good. You know what? It's fine because I work full time. So during the week, all I do is sit when I come home and I list. And before I go to work in the morning, I list. So I'll have enough to list for a while. I don't have to go out in the heat today and source garage sales and things like that. And I don't just do clothes. The clothes are kind of my fillers or the backups. I do a lot of collectibles. I do music. I do I run the gamut. So
I do too.
The clothes are our fillers. I just have a lot of fillers.
If I turn around and find something that piques my interest and it's something that I would like to own, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
If it's the right price. I have a limit as to what I will spend at a garage sale, especially if someone is selling any electronics, because I'm kind of versed on electronics because of my background. Right. And if I see anything old, I never have a problem asking someone, well, you've got this marked at $3. Would you take $1? And most of the time they're going to say, yeah, because they just want to move it.
Yes.
But I'm finding that even if I get it for free, it's like yesterday, running across my granddaughter/daughter now, all of her old toys when she was 2 and 3 years old. That was so long. It was 13, 14 years ago. I found a vintage, what they call vintage, Tiddledywinks game. The graphics alone on the box are worth it. And everything is complete.
Yeah, I found a tin with the Tinker Toys. Mm-hmm. But it's not complete. But my husband's like, well, maybe we should just put it up on auction and see where it goes. I don't know. There's certain things that we're versed in and some we're not. Mm-hmm. I have the old Lincoln logs in a tin.
I have a commemorative tin of wooden Lincoln logs. Yes.
And my husband counted everything out. He's like, there's 2 pieces missing. I'm like, well, maybe if we go to garage sale.
Yeah, you can get them online too. Just look for replacement pieces, and people are selling just the little pieces.
He did that in the beginning with the games. Like if we went and we bought, usually they were asking $2 or $3 a game. We try to get them for $1 a piece. Sometimes if they have a lot of games, will you take 15 for all of them? And then if they're not complete, he used to buy the pieces on. But now, recently, he's actually not doing that, and he's selling the pieces, because if you piece them out, sometimes you get more money than if you actually sell the game as a whole. So,
That's
but
true.
to me, that's a little time consuming, but.
Well, it depends on what do you want to make an hour. And that's one of the things that it's like you should have an hourly rate that you put in your own mind for sourcing and what you're going to make during the time you're outsourcing, and then try to match your product to at least accommodate what you've spent in time.
Right.
One of the things that I want to cover in the next couple of things that we do online for sales training is to copy a process that I learned and that I saw that Scott Zilke, BP, Bitter Picker, he does it, and he just did it at a garage sale, and it's reasoning. If you go to a garage sale and they have got a rack of dollar clothes and they've got a lot of shoes for $1.50 a pair, whatever, and then you run across a pair that's $3, and you look at it and you pick it up and the ladies say, yeah, those are $3. Okay, how come all your other shoes are 50 cents and these are $3? Chances are they'll turn around and say, oh, you can have those two for 50 cents. You just bring the question up. Is it reasonable, or how did I come to that rationalization as to what is available and why? For example, electronics. You see a bunch of electronics. One is $15 and one is $50. They're similar, but they're not the same. How come you get this one marked at 15 and that one at 50? If they come back at you and say, well, how much did you think it was worth? Well, you got that marked at 15. I was expecting this one to be 15, but there's no tag on it. And you said 50. And she goes, okay, you can have it for 15. What did you just do? You just made yourself a bucket load of money. And that's what it's about. We're not in this for just fun and camaraderie, even though that's the icing on the cake. But I'm sure that Sarah and Jackie, for example, do not enjoy getting into smelly dumpsters, regardless of how cute they are when they do it. I watched the runaway dumpster, and that was funny. But they don't enjoy that, but it's how they make it,
Right.
And why not? So it's called reasoning. If you get to a garage sale or you see something listed online and it doesn't go along with everything else they've listed, just ask them, I have a question. How come this is this and this one is this? And then they'll say, well, what did you have in mind? They always will do that if they've marked it wrong. Right. And then you tell them what you really want to pay for it, and chances are they're going to come down for you. And it's not always that way, but I will buy books, antique books that, for example, they had a series of 4 of these books. There's 6 in the series. They had 4. They wanted $20 for these books. And I looked at them and I said, no. I said, I can't justify that. The set's not even complete. So I'm not going to buy them. And the lady says, oh, well, how much were you thinking? I said, $1 a book. She goes, oh, well, those are really old. Those were made before 1940. I said, I understand that, but it's not a full set. So, I don't resell that kind of stuff. And I said, and I'm buying it for my personal collection. So it's okay. I don't need them. She goes, well, how much would you pay for them? Right. So I gave her an offer, got the books, and it was a done deal. I went home happy as a lark, but it was at an estate sale. And most of the times, like, she had a pile of magazines there I would have died to have had. They were old Life magazines old Life magazines. And I said, how much are the magazines? She says, $5 a piece. I said, they're all bent and stuff, but they're old. I said, well, I'm not living in a ancient woman's shelter, so that means nothing to me. I just like the pictures. Would you consider reducing the price? She goes, nope, they're $5 a piece. I says, okay. And I walked away. Yep, she still has them. She had those forever. Yep, she probably still has them. Yeah, and that could be that she was the auction estate salesperson. Oh, she knew what they were worth. Yeah. She wanted them herself. So if she didn't negotiate the price, anything that's left over, they take. Oh, right. Yeah, some of them that I see, they do that. Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning, Deb. Swag Maven in the house. Good morning. Hi, Swag Maven. I subscribe to your tube.
Yeah, so Life magazines, I've really done I've made some home runs on Life magazines. And who had them? Oh, Dwayne had them on last night.
Yes,
He had an auction with a bunch of Life magazines and some newspapers and things like that.
They went pretty high, and
if I get them at the right price, yeah. I mean, I had a woman sell me a box of Life magazines for like $20. There was probably over 20 in the box,
and she probably felt like she got ahead.
Yeah. And she sold me 2 newspaper clippings too. One was a Daily News, which is a local Long Island, New York paper here, from the day of start of D-Day and then the end. And they're worth $50 a piece. I already sold one of them for $50.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And I think I don't even know. She might have threw them in with something else. So, but then I go to other garage sales, and I'm sure, some of you can relate to this, and they'll be like, oh, well, it's on eBay for $50. Well, good. Then you take the pictures, you do the listing, and you list it on eBay, because I'm not paying $40 for it.
Well, I'm going to get dressed in it. Just a minute. Yeah, that's true.
Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca Kruder in the house. Good morning. Again, if you guys, anybody's interested in joining, I'll put the link below. We could take a few more in the site if you guys want to chat.
Hey, T, this is the right camera. See the difference in the quality?
Oh, yeah.
Now you can really see the wrinkles. Oh, crap, I'm going to go back to the other one.
No, it's good. It's good. I feel like I need to maybe shut my blinds. Is it too glary behind me?
No, actually, I like it that way. That's a good one. You look fine. You look fine. You're all lit up and everything is fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I wish I had that advantage, because then, like I said, I wouldn't look so. The detail on this is scary.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, I just, I don't know if that window behind me with the blinds open, start too much of a glare or not.
That's up to you.
Okay. Good morning, Nikki. Poplar Picker in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, once they start quoting eBay prices, I leave. Yeah, agreed. Because then they're not giving anything away. Listen.
That's true.
I'm not looking to steal stuff, but I'm also not looking to, make 5 cents on something. I give my card out every once in a while, because I do have a business card that says, don't waste your time with garage sales. Call me first. I buy everything. And I was at a shower for my girlfriend's son the other day, and she started bringing up that her dad moved to Florida and they have to empty her father's house and get it sold. So I gave her my card. So she asked me when I could come over. I went over one night. I looked at a bunch of stuff. I said, oh, we'd really be interested. There was a lot of glass, a lot of crystal, a lot of antique stuff, and a couple of new things, here and there. Very hoarderish, again, house. So, I mean, I could have taken a lot more than I did. And I brought my husband back on the weekends, and I said to her, we're going to just pile everything up on the kitchen table that we're interested in. So we put a bunch of glasses and bowls and little stuff and big stuff. And one of the things was, I just sold it. I think I mentioned earlier in the chat that it was like this rival barbecue pit thing. It sat on the table. It didn't look like it was used much, although they had pets, and there was a bunch of cat and dog hair all over it. So it had to be cleaned. But whatever I put on the kitchen table, I said, all right, we'll give you $200 for everything. Because, I was like, how much do you want? She was like, well, what do you want to pay? And we were back and forth. And I said to my husband, what should we offer? And she kind of looked at me a little funny, like maybe I insulted her. And I said, I hope I'm not insulting you. She says, listen, whatever you don't take, I'm throwing in the garbage. And I've already sold probably half a dozen things that I've made over $200 already. So she got rid of stuff she was going to throw out. We got stuff, inventory, so to speak, that we're going to make money on. But I don't know if I undersold her, but I still feel like, it's still a business, and I can't put emotions into it. And sometimes I feel like I am an emotional. I've been in sales my entire life, like you, Deb, right? I'm in the mortgage business. I've been a salesperson for 33 years. So
My dad was a real estate developer, so I understand your processes.
I get emotional sometimes. If we can't give somebody a mortgage, I try to help them and seek out somebody who will. Like I feel like sometimes I have to step back and I say, it's a business. If you can help them, you can help them. If you can't, you can. I got to look at it the same way with the resale stuff. You can't, just because it's your neighbor or your friend or somebody, my husband, every time his good friend at work, every time he's like, oh, we're cleaning out my sister's house. We're cleaning out my father's house. Here's a bag of clothes. Here's a bag of knickknacks. Here's a bag of games. He always feels like, oh, I have to get them something. We have to take them to dinner. I'm like, listen, they're just giving them to you. We don't have to. I mean,
send them a thank you card.
Yeah, it's a nice gesture, but we did. We bought them a bottle because they drink or whatever, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I certainly made money on this stuff, and now they got more stuff. And I guess that's a good thing to keep the lines of communication sort of open so they'll remember us for future. So again, it's a little sales tactic, right?
You've got a business card. I got a business card made up, but I do not have my phone number on it. I've got my YouTube, my eBay, and my YouTube, eBay, and email. And that's all it's on it. Anybody that I want to have my phone number, I write my phone number on the back of it. Because then I can use that card and also use it as a thank you by writing a thank you note on the back of the card for a package that I send out. And there's just so many uses for them that way. I don't want crazies calling me on my cell phone until I can afford to get a cell phone that is separate for the business. But right now, it seems to be working real well. So you were talking about business cards, best way in the world to network. Everybody's saying to me that are younger, oh, that's outdated. People aren't doing that anymore. Well, you know what? People with money do. People who want to save money do. So I want to help them save money. So I will give them my card. I networked the other day. Oh, you're going to love this. I was networking the other day and ran into a Hot Wheels district manager and gave her my card. She took a selfie with me. Gosh, I look like horrible. Anyway, took a selfie. I hate my picture taken and I hate being on camera. This is my way of getting over it. I'm now signed up with the manager at a local Walmart who will now call me every time a new case of Hot Wheels comes in.
Nice.
And will sell them to me before they're opened. We'll open them at the sale time so that I make sure everything is in there, but they're not going to be rifled. So that's important.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Networking is so important. I mean, I know that from my own
know that from what you're doing. I mean, when you're selling real estate, that's multi-thousands, easy. And if you don't network, you don't make the money. That's the hardest job in the world is real estate. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't sell the houses. I just do the mortgages. I get them the mortgage, the financing. Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't have good credit, they're screwed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the minimums have gone up so dramatically that unless you're pulling in $150,000 to $200,000 a year, trying to get a stable home is like pulling teeth anymore.
Oh, forget it. That's why we can't retire here on Long Island. It's just too expensive. And just shout out Jackie. Thank you for joining. She was the first one on this morning. Enjoy your day. Have a great day.
See you later, guys.
But yeah. I mean, you can't retire here. I mean, I joke, but I don't joke because people can't believe, what we pay in real estate taxes here on Long Island. But I just went up to $16,000 a year. It's crazy, and
I don't understand that.
And it's not even like I have I do have a large home, but my home is my entire property. It's 60 by 100. My home, my garage, and my deck and pool is the entire property. There's like this strip of lawn in the back of my house and this much in the front of my house. It's not a big, it's not like we're on acres of property for that price, but the school district is the best school district. And I don't have kids in school anymore. My boys are grown and out of school. So it's time to downsize. Not really downsize too much of the size of my house because right now I use so much of my house for storage. It's so bad. I have 4 bedrooms upstairs and 2 of them take up all of eBay and part of my garage and part of my dining room. And my husband will joke and part of the living room and part of this. And
you don't want to go there. I've got 3 rooms completely packed plus the garage that we just took out yesterday. And I've only got today and tomorrow to work on it before the rain hits. So, yeah.
Well, that's why when we find something, because we are looking, we're going to get a 2-car garage and a real 2-car garage. Right now I have like a garage and a half, but it's not even, we don't put cars in it, believe me, because I have so much stuff in there, but we're going to really plan it out, right? 2-car garage is going to be insulated and heat and air conditioning, and it's going to strictly be for eBay. And we're going to figure out maybe to do an attic above it so that if we have extra storage that we need to keep, but we're going to try not to bring it into the house because I'm only going to do a 2-bedroom. I don't need more than that. My husband doesn't want a basement. He doesn't want an upstairs because of the stairs and up and down. And, you know, he has a heart condition and his health isn't great anyway. Excuse me. So
we live in a ranch style home that is 2,200 square feet. We have a double car garage. We have a huge backyard. Our storage unit that we've got in our backyard is one of those Rubbermaid ones that's falling apart. I can't say enough. Do not buy one. Of course, we bought that a while back, but it's falling apart. It's falling apart, literally. I've got Gorilla Tape on all 4 corners. That's coming down today, and we're going to call for a dumpster to come fill the dumpster so we can get rid of all the junk that's gotten ruined. But it's coming down, so we've got that also to clean out today. And I've got probably 35 totes out there that need to be gone through. One happens to be a tote full of Cookie Lee jewelry that I haven't opened in about 10 years. So yeah, you just get to the point where you need to say, when's enough, and when do I need to start moving this crud? We've decided to rent a storage unit to put our own personal stuff in because my daughter's coming to stay for a while, and my older daughter, and we need the room. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm being encroached on by all my stuff. So I've got probably, I'd say about 300 books I need to go through and decide what I'm going to keep and get rid of. I've got shelves I need to get out of here and into the garage. So yeah, I'm there. I know.
Yeah, well, that's what
can't move. I won't move
now. I have 3,200 books boxed in the garage right now because I took them off of my eBay store because I sold books for years. That's all I did. And that's why Amazon, I had been doing, oh my God. Sorry, excuse me.
Drink water, girl, drink water.
I had started Amazon and was going to get into the whole Amazon gig about 8 or 9 years ago. And life gets in the way like it always does. And it just never happened. And I landed up walking away. And I should have stuck with it because I would have been grandfathered into so many things now on Amazon. But I'm going to start it again. That's where the books, well, I don't know if all 3,200 books are going to go there because some of them are definitely not going to be worth it. You know, they're going to be $4 and $5 paperback or, you know, novel hardcovers and things that don't even sell. I couldn't sell them on eBay for $4. How am I going to sell them on Amazon for $4? But that right now is, if I can get rid of that, that will free my garage up because your garage, oh my God, you just keep putting stuff in there and putting stuff in there and you forget it. To your point, you found so much stuff you forgot was in there. I went in there the other day. I said, how come we have this like third mixer? Like it was something I never even knew we had.
I couldn't find a drill. I needed a drill for some things that I was putting together and making. Couldn't find a drill. I got mad because I couldn't find a drill. I went down, I bought a new one. I said, screw this. I'm going to have a drill for me. So I went down and I bought me a drill for 17, 18 bucks. I don't remember. It's a Black & Decker, nice drill, corded, but I needed a drill and dang it, I wanted it now. And I wasn't going to go rent one. That's good. That's dumb. Right. So I did. And then yesterday we found 4 drills. We found 2 electronic screwdrivers. One of the drills had 2 battery packs with it and had a lamp and something else with it. We found a sander. I told him, I said, see, now I've got all these extra drills and I don't need them. Now I'm going to have to sell them. So on some of the heavy stuff here, we're going to probably list them on Facebook Marketplace or have a garage sale ourselves. If I have a garage sale myself, I know how to set up a lemonade stand, but that just became legal in our city for kids under 18 to do. So
really?
Yes. So I'm going to stock it up with Cokes and 7-Ups and all of that stuff and lemonade for real. And sit my daughter down there and let her sell them for $1 a piece because people, when they're garage selling, will pay $1 a piece to get something cold to drink if it's in an icy bucket. Wow. And you make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember that we ever weren't allowed to do that. I remember even as a kid on my dad's corner selling lemonade.
So many city municipalities now do not allow it. It's just like I was told, Donatella was explaining to me yesterday, that in Florida, it's not, unless you've got an auctioneer's license, it's against the rules to hold an auction. I says, I don't think that would be the same on YouTube. She goes, they're really specific about it. And I said, well, they don't have that law here in Texas. I could have a garage sale and do an auction in my backyard if that's what I wanted to do.
Right, right.
And that's not a half bad idea, because I've got the cement and everything in the back to seat about 20 people on our patio. And I could put up chairs and just bring out stuff and just auction it off. But do I want to do that? No, I'm lazy.
Well, it's time consuming. It's like a garage sale. It's so time consuming, to mark things for a quarter, 50 cents, $1. And that's why I get why people sometimes just don't want to do them, and they throw them out or bring them down to Goodwill or thrift store or whatever, because they just can't be bothered. And that's why hence the business cards for most people, because, otherwise you get these resellers who just have 2 tables set up in their driveway, and they want, $5, $10, $18 for, things that you can't even get that on eBay for. Yeah. So you go from one extreme to the other sometimes. And I live here on Long Island in an incorporated village that every time you turn around, there's a new rule. But I don't know any rule about not selling on a lemonade stand, because I see the kids still doing it to this day. I mean, I probably can't have an auction in my yard knowing this town, and I probably can't do certain things. Heck, we're not allowed to even have a car on the driveway without registered with a license plate on it and stuff. So
it's your driveway. They shouldn't have the right to tell you that.
You can't. Listen, years ago when we first moved in, we wanted to do, a second story here, because it was a cape without, raised ceilings and stuff. So we went and fully dormed the house. And when we went, we had to go for a variance, and that was a court appearance in the village. And one of the ex-mayors was on the board, and he said to my husband, he says, boy, you take a lot of liberties with your property. And my husband said, well, what do you mean? Well, wasn't there a trellis on the side of the house? And there was. When we first moved in, there was this plastic. It had all intertwined vines and stuff on it. And half of it was dead, and it was catching on, so we couldn't open the gate and everything. So we took it down. Do you know he was giving my husband a hard time that he removed this? It's like our property. What do you mean? But yeah, there's a lot of strict rules here. Like my girlfriend lives on a corner. You can't put a fence up because of, viewing reasons. She had bushes there she had to take out. My dad's on a corner too. My dad had to remove his bush that was there with flowers around it and stuff. They want nothing on the corner of your property. It's like crazy. But whatever, it is what it is.
For that kind of tax money, honey, I'd be running for the hills.
That's why we're leaving. Honestly, it's just too expensive. And
2,200 square foot house, and we pay about $2,000 a year in taxes.
Yeah. And you're in what part of Texas?
I'm in Central Texas. I'm real close to Baylor College. I'm close to Fort Hood, which is the largest military base in the United States. It would take you 5 days to just drive your car around Fort Hood's perimeter.
Wow.
I do have passes to get on post, which is another cool thing, because they have a thrift store there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's all the guys from the military.
We used to go to the commissary here all the time, because my dad and my uncle are both retired military. So
you have to watch commissary prices. But anyway, it's to the point now where they're not allowed to sell below what the economy's doing. So you live and you learn. But right here, I couldn't believe it. The home that we own, if we were to move that home, our home right now is valued between $130,000 and $150,000. If we were to take that house and move it north in any direction, whether it be Oregon, Washington, New York, Manhattan especially, any of those places with this type of property, it would be worth close to $500,000.
Sure.
We're in a brick home.
Yeah.
You don't get brick homes when you're up north. They're all wooden.
Yeah.
Here, they're brick because the wood would rot too quick.
Yeah.
So we've got a beautiful red brick home. We have got a beautiful front porch. It's kind of a country front porch, but it doesn't wrap. The house was built in 78, and it's solid, So
All right, Nikki, stop rubbing it in. Nikki's saying she has 25 acres and pays $1,200 a year in taxes.
I gotta look at my messages stuff too. I can't believe that. Really?
What state are you in, Nikki? I know Lisa's in Georgia. Rebecca, I'm not sure where you are either, but yeah. Oh.
And to answer your question, Rebecca, no, I've got to get that done first thing this morning after I get through working on the garage. I'll get my video up for tomorrow night's auction. I just haven't done it yet. I've got so many things I keep adding to it. It's crazy. So
yeah, I don't know. Were you on the auction last night with Dwayne?
Yes, I was.
I'm not understanding those beads he's selling. Like, what is that for crafters, or is that just?
I wanted so bad to say, Dwayne, what else are you including in that package? Because I could duplicate all of that for a lot less.
Yeah, I was like $90 he's selling this for. What is in there for $90? Okay.
I don't know.
I was just curious. I'm not, unfortunately, and I said this to Lisa earlier, and I know Lisa, flipping crazy, does a lot of jewelry, and I know you do a lot of jewelry. I just, like I said, I wear my one pair of earrings most of the time, and I've got my emerald and platinum ring my husband bought me like 15 years ago for my 40th wedding anniversary, and not wedding anniversary, birthday. I'm not married 45
I understand.
But
it gets worse the further up the pole you go, girl.
Yeah. But I don't know. I was never, and I don't mean this to sound silly or selfish or make anybody else sound selfish, but I was never into Gucci, Hoochie, and Poochie, as I like to joke. I don't care about my pocketbook. I buy it $40 or less in Kohl's, or I get it at right now I have my cousin's hand-me-down Kate Spade. Like, this is my life. We've entertained our whole life. My husband's a chef by trade. I spent $100,000 just on this kitchen alone.
Oh, goodness.
But that's where we live. This has been my husband caters every Thanksgiving for sit down for 22. We do 16 or 17 at Christmas. We do Easter. We do everybody's birthday. I have a dining room that sits comfortably 15 to 20. So that's been our thing. So I don't need a $400 pocketbook. I don't need $500 worth of jewelry, because this is my thing. I don't buy, even though I go to work looking nice and I'm dressed, believe me, it's a Kohl's or a JCPenney or maybe Macy's wardrobe. It's nothing like, I'm not going to know, or most of the time now I can't even buy retail. Now that we're resale, it's like, yeah, buy retail.
When I was in sales and I was with the public on a daily basis, and I was working either in advertising or when I was selling cars, I've got a whole closet in there. I bet you it's close to being vintage now, but it's all classic clothing. It's all from Coldwater Creek. I know what I spent on them, but now that I see what they're selling for online, I'm crazy not to sell my clothing because I'm not wearing it. I don't have a need to do that anymore. Yeah. And I don't have expensive jewelry. With most of my suits, I always wore a really good quality pair of pearl earrings, and I still have them. And I have a very good quality pair of a pearl necklace, and that's how I used to dress too. My suit with my pearl necklace every day, and you know what? Sometimes when I'd wear my pearls later in life, people look at me like, "Oh, she's still wearing pearls," but it was classic. It was what you put on. Exactly. And when you learn to dress that way, you save money and you look like you've got it. So you just do it. I don't wear my ring usually unless I'm on screen, or if I'm on stage, or if I'm out working, because my ring is something that I wear it like a band instead. I don't want to be hijacked, if that makes sense. And they're all channel set diamonds that are in almost nearly perfect condition. We paid stupid money for that ring when I got married to my husband, bless his heart. And I don't want to lose a diamond. And I am so afraid of that. They're all in good quality setting, and they're all in solid gold. They're not in a tubular gold band. So my concern is I don't want to lose them. So I keep them where I don't need them. And I'll wear a band, or I won't wear one at all. And I will wear it when it's necessary. Yes. I don't have mine on. And it was because of that reason. About a year or two ago, I looked at my hand and I saw that one of my prongs, because we spend money too, but we did it smart, I'll tell you, because quality, not quantity, baby.
I had an insert. My diamond fits into an insert that's got diamonds, and it was custom made. But the diamonds, I mean, this sounds crazy, but this is what we did. We took my grandmother's, his grandmother's, and another ring we had, and the jeweler removed the diamonds to put in the insert. And we bought the engagement, the original diamond, right? And I noticed the prong was starting to look a little funky, and I said, I can't lose this diamond ring. I took it to the jeweler. He fixed it. They cleaned it. It looked beautiful. I put it on my finger when I got there. Couldn't get it off because I've gained a few pounds in the fingers. Well, I've gained a few pounds all over. So I went to YouTube and saw a video that you'd use dental floss to remove this ring from my finger, which it took me forever. And I haven't put it back on since. It's in my safety deposit box at the bank, and I am not putting it on unless I have a special occasion and lose another 15 or 20 pounds.
Good luck. I understand that concept. Yeah. You could also take it down to your jeweler and have it resized.
I could. I just hate, the thought of just because it's the insert and the ring to get that. I don't even want to think about cutting it or doing anything with it. I mean, I think
you're okay with it if they know what they're doing. You just have to have a good jeweler. Yeah. Trust.
The same jeweler I've used since bought my first, whatever. And my parents, mom used it all the time. Mom has some really nice jewelry that my dad's put away in a closet and keeps saying one of these days we have to go through. My mom will be dead almost 2 years. So we need to start going through her jewelry. But anyway, let me just welcome. I got Anna Moore in the room. Welcome, Anna.
Hi, Anna Moore.
All right, let's see what is, no offense to jewelry community, but sometimes I can't believe how much they pay for jewelry. Yeah, but they seem to be making money, so they must know what they are doing. Yeah. And again, it's not my, I don't, and again, I don't mean to insult anybody either. It's just not my gig. I'd rather, pull up this, bowl here, crystal bowl, and that would be my thing to sell.
You have no idea the stuff that I have got here that is glassware. It blows me away. I'm going to show you one other thing. Just
yeah. So that's that's kind of my thing. I like the little collectibles and knickknacks and things like that as opposed to jewelry. I got a bunch of things. This was some of the stuff that was on the table. This is a nice crystal Lennox ornament that we got, and then. A couple of them just says Love Christmas 1966, but just, little things that to me, these are like the jewelry things, right? The little snowflake thing that comes in a little red pouch. That's kind of what I feel like is my jewelry piece of collectible stuff.
Well, let me show you this. This is cute. This I got at an estate sale, and it was on the table, okay? And I don't know if you can see the come on, focus, darn it. Yeah, I don't know there you go.
There we go.
You can see the stamp on the bottom. It was made in Japan. We have traced it back to about between 1922 and 1943. But this is the little vase, and it's all hand painted.
Nice.
Okay. This little vase right here, let me turn it around slowly. Okay. This little vase right here, I got it for $1.
And it's probably worth what, 40?
At least. I haven't been able to find one identical yet.
Okay. Did you look like sometimes I look on Etsy or
I have been everywhere that I can find anything. Then I found this one. This one I found at a thrift store the other day, and it was a hospice thrift store. I found 2 of them identical, and they're hand painted, and they're from Japan. The other one's got the Made in Japan sticker on the bottom as well as the Japanese writing. But you can see it's all hand painted. I found 2 of them. They've not been listed anywhere else. There is design on the stem itself. Can you see that?
Oh,
That's actually gold.
Okay.
Okay. It's gold gilded throughout. This is like what Satsuma would be because of the gold gilding. Hand painted, haven't been able to find it. I bought 2 of them, $3 a piece.
Wow.
It was the only thing they'd made a mistake on in their store. The rest of it was all retail pricing. That I got a pillow. So other than that, and it's what they do is when people have passed, the families don't want to deal with everything. So they give it to the hospice thrift store to help the hospice continue doing their work. So
Right.
that was worth it, and it was local. So I felt good about those purchases. But that kind of glassware is what I look for.
Yeah.
I also have found some really good crystal. I don't know if you saw my video that I did. Well, it wasn't my video. It was done. It was Darlene Norgasar.
Mhm.
I had shown a bunch of my stuff that I'd gotten on this one trip, and it was during the Green Room meetup. I didn't actually go to the actual meetup, but I met up with a group of people from that meetup, and it was so cool. They were supposed to be at these different places, the Goodwills, the Savers. I went to the Salvation Army and found china that was very expensive, marked way cheap. Also found some glassware. And again, it goes back to your sourcing and your networking. The gentleman that was in the glass section with me, you know, when you look at a puzzle and a piece don't fit, he didn't fit. I'm trying to figure out, who are you and what are you doing here? So immediately I said, hi, my name is Debbie. Are you a reseller? He goes, well, yeah, how did you know? And I said, gut instinct. I said, where are you from? He said, Oregon. I said, well, what brings you down to Texas? There was a meetup of a bunch of resellers. He says, I wished I'd have known. I said, well, they're on YouTube. Do you do YouTube? He goes, no, I don't do any of that. He says, I work for a company that supplies motion picture companies, vintage, and what is it? He said, era appropriate glassware and furnishings, so that if they're doing a movie set in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s, I'm able to supply them with stuff. Right now I'm working on a movie out of Austin, and we needed to get some things. And so I'm in here looking for them. And I said, cool. And I picked up this one little item, and I said, I wonder what this is. He says, that's pressed glass. And he says, if there were more than one of them, I would have been purchasing them. He says, I haven't seen one of those in a long time, and I will show it later another day. But it was a little hat that was amber colored glass, and it was pressed glass. And he said, that's a good buy. Then I grabbed a vase that was Art Deco. And he says, I'm glad you got that. He said, I was getting ready to grab that next. And so I followed this man around the store. He got my card, I got his info. It was really kind of cool. And I told him, I said, I can source for you anytime you need me to. Just tell me what you're looking for and what the parameters are, and I will be your legs and your eyes. He says, that would be fantastic. So he gave me all his info.
Nice.
That's networking.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, when I need something, that man's going to be there for me too. And one of the vase that I got is a solid lead crystal Art Deco glass vase, and there is no seams in it anywhere. There's no marks on it anywhere. And he said, that's a steal. You should be able to get $40, $50 out of that. I paid $3.99 for it. That's what networking does.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough, you know. But yeah, you've got your sources too. And so you know.
And you know, it's funny you say that about television and movies and things like that. I swear that there's some things that I've listed that people have bought because they've gone to like Hollywood, California, or wherever, that they bought them just for a staging thing. I even had one guy one day tell me that he wanted to buy this dress because he was doing a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird stuff. So yeah, I guess they shop online too.
and that's as it should be. You know, that is so cool. But it doesn't mean that it's going clear to Hollywood. They could have a set somewhere off in a indoor polo field where they have used it because it's close to where their other shoot is.
Yep.
And they'll set it up with stages and everything inside of a polo field. That happened to me in Bend, Oregon for the movie, what was it? Hot Lead, Cold Feet. It was a comedy with Don Knotts and trying to remember the other actors in it. But that was way back in the day. And they set that whole thing up because they were doing shoots from the mountains and everything too in the area. So I got to be on that Disney set for 2 weeks. It was so much fun just being able to hang out and watch. And again, that was from networking because I was with the TV stations at the time doing video for them as a stringer photographer. And I was able to get in. So that was really kind of fun. And you learn a lot. You learn how the inside really works. It's not all shiny, pretty fun. And Darren McGavin was also on that particular movie. And he didn't talk to people. He didn't want to talk to people. Sally Fields was in this movie, I believe. She's a kick in the butt. She let me take a picture of her in rollers with her eyes crossed. It was so much fun. The whole thing is that they've all got different personalities.
Oh, for sure. My oldest son was in acting. He had an agent, and he actually was cast in the role for, oh my God, I always forget the name of the movie because Nick Nolte's son, basically due to politics, Ransom. My son was supposed to be the boy in that movie. And, Nick Nolte's son came in at the 11th hour and they said, no, he's going to have it. Your son can understudy. And they had to cut half the movie out because this kid couldn't act. And even my son's acting coach had to coach this kid. And I was so annoyed. We turned us off completely to the whole acting. He still acted locally and he always did. And but he never pursued it.
The entertainment field is a dog-eat-dog business. Yep. I had my opportunities. I turned them down. The only real opportunity I had that was legit, that in my mind that was legit, was when Bobby Bear told me, give me a call, here's my card. And I looked at him and I thought, oh, he's just playing the game. And that was back when I was in my 20s. And I never called him back. Instead, I had a family and found out that he was one of the only ones that was a great producer for country music. And I didn't realize it at the time because that's where my passion was.
Right.
Well, I'll let it go. You live and learn.
Oh yeah, listen, we all have things in the past that we say, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Before I met my husband, I was going to medical school. I would have had an MD after my name, but it is what it is.
Well, you eat well.
Yes, I do. Can't you tell?
No, I'm talking about your husband being a chef.
I know.
That's my dream husband, I've got a great husband. Don't get me wrong. I love the man to pieces. But it would have been nice to have had a chef that I could say, I would like shrimp tonight. I would like salmon tonight. I would like a trout in a good sauce tonight, and be able to know that he could pull it together,
Oh, yeah, he does. And you know what? It's so funny because everybody can't figure out, how he sits 22 down for Thanksgiving and not a thing is cold. And we catered my brother's wedding here, and I told you we don't live on a big property. We had to sit down for 75 in my yard, mixed between with candles floating on the pool. And he catered my son's wedding for 250 in the firehouse, things like that. So he can pull things off. He's good like that. But
Pat Dees did that for his son. I believe it was yesterday. He had a big meal that he had to plan for family and friends because his son's graduation party at the firehouse. So yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, we did it in a local the Wantua Firehouse for my other fellow Long Islander, Debbie, who's on the chat here. So it was just the way, because with her parents unfortunately didn't have the money. Usually it's tradition, right? The bride's family pays for the wedding, but
I don't want to go there.
They don't even go there anymore. It's fine. That was years ago. My grandfather married off 4 daughters in 18 months. Well, that was a killer for him. So, and my father married me twice, so we won't even go there. But
I can relate to that one.
When he got married, or when they were getting married, we were like, all right, what are we going to do? Because Daddy certainly can, prepare all the food and everything. And we did. We had a place at the time, so it was good. We brought the dishwasher, we brought the help from the store, and so we had a lot of help besides. Even though my husband really didn't see the wedding, he lived in the kitchen the whole time because we had past hors d'oeuvres and pasta and salad, and then. The only thing we didn't do sit down was the actual main meal, because to do 250 sit down with just the limited amount of people we had, we did that buffet. We had no choice, but it worked out great. And you know what? Sometimes you got to do those things. But it was nice. It was really nice. Maggie Doodle, welcome in.
Maggie Doodle. She was in a couple of the auctions yesterday. I think I saw her pop in and out.
Yeah, the first time I think I saw Maggie was when Tom did the Zoom, when he was trying to get all of us in. He was trying to get 99 people in.
That was a kick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I felt, we should just have somebody do that once a month at least, and just do that on a Friday night and party.
Like he said, he's going to do the Christmas party like that. He's going to just have everybody come in. And we have so many different personalities, though, and some of us like to talk, like myself, more than others. So we need to definitely have the host mute everybody, because otherwise there's side conversations going on all over the place.
We
And that
need to
does
be
get a
able
little
to have
crazy.
an advantage where we can talk privately to each other on screen and still be able to converse a little bit more so than what we do, because right now anything you type is not a private chat. But now, like with this particular process, there is a private chat available between you and myself on my end. I don't know about yours, but because I haven't researched it that quickly. But it's amazing because then we can chat back and forth, and yet we don't have to put our business out there, you know. And it's
Right.
there's sometimes when you want to be able to chat with a person next to you, and you can't do that with Zoom, but you can do that, I believe, with this. In fact, I'm going to send you this as a test to see if you get it.
Yeah, no, I also have the private chat.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is wonderful.
Yeah.
And it didn't go on screen. So I like that about this StreamYard. I really wish I would have found this at the get-go, because it is amazing. And did you know if you put it on your links down below in your description, everyone you refer, and if they sign up for StreamYard and you're signed up for StreamYard, you get a commission off of that. You get an affiliate commission.
Oh, yeah, Joy mentioned that last night when Joy was on. She did say she had the link below, and that, but I think that's only if they sign up for the paid subscription, right? Not the free version.
Right, but you know, I'm going to sign up for the paid. I'm going to drop something else that I've got that comes out of my check monthly, and so I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to subscribe to this, because this has got a lot of advantages with the paid membership. And you can also get a hold of them for tech support and stuff. But the thing that I like about it is you can do backdrops with this if you've got a paid subscription. And I like that. If I'm going to be doing regular shows, what's $20 a month coming out of my hip pocket, you know?
Right.
And you can pay it all at once. You don't have to pay it monthly if you don't choose to. And I would rather go that direction. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it. I haven't decided, but even at $20 a month coming out of your hip pocket, or $25, it's better than, and it's a cheap expense. People pay that for still a Sunday paper. Think about it.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I laugh sometimes because, you know, that's why I was just joking about the Hoochie Goochie and Poochie before.
Yes,
they go out and spend $400 for a Coach pocketbook or whatever. My girlfriend bought an Australian feather pocketbook several years ago. I think she paid like $1,800. I mean, just an exorbitant amount. And believe me, she had a champagne taste with the beer pocketbook, you know.
That's crazy to do that.
It is. And you know, so for $20 a month, heck, people here spend that on Starbucks, and I'm not a Starbucks fan, believe me. I like my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Or 7-Eleven.
You know, what's really sad is that I bought a package of coffee. There's only 6 ounces in the package, and it's vacuum sealed. And someone told me, and I've talked with them online, and she says, have you tried this coffee? If not, you need to try it. So I went and I picked up a package of this coffee. I tried it and I went, oh my God, there's no acid in this coffee. I love the taste, and it's not burnt tasting.
Right.
A friend of mine comes over and he's really particular about his coffee. And I said, can I fix you a cup of coffee? I need your opinion on this. So I did, and I fixed it for him. He says, that's probably the best cup of coffee I've ever had. I says, you've got to be kidding me. He says, no, I'm serious. It is the coffee that you can buy at Dollar Tree for $1 for 6 ounces, vacuum packed. So every time you open up a package, it's fresh. I went down and bought every one I could get my hands on, gave him 12 of them as a gift, because he's my daughter's adopted grandfather. We adopted him. He was Grandpa Ken. Nice man. So he got that, and he's been passing it out. I've told everybody I know about it, because I'll tell you what, for $1,
yeah,
it is, and it's Puerto Rican coffee, and I don't care about coffee. I just want it to taste good. So that's what I have every morning. And about every 4 or 5 days, I zip up a new package. So let's say I spend $4 or $5 a month for that coffee. It doesn't make me sick. It doesn't give me acid reflux. It doesn't do any of that. It is the best tasting coffee. And what I do is I take and I boil some water up in the microwave. I put the coffee in raw into there and I stir it up. Then I put it through a filter. My God, it's the best coffee. And yeah, it's not a Keurig. I could put it in a Keurig pretend little cup thing that you can refill. But I'm not into Keurig.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not into the designer crap.
Yeah, I have both, and I only have the Keurig actually maker because, you know, it was I don't know, gift from my sons or something one Christmas. And, you know, my youngest son, who still lives at home, he uses it a lot. But when my husband and I are here, I put on a pot of coffee, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Well, I'm the only one in my home that drinks coffee, so this works out well for me.
So I have the Mr. Coffee on one side of the kitchen and the Keurig.
When my son came down to visit a year ago, I bought a Mr. Coffee. Now I'm going to put that up for sale because I don't use it.
So how do you make that coffee then?
All I do is I take a Pyrex 4-cup glass mixing measuring cup, the 4-cup.
Right.
I put water in it, filtered water in it, and I put it in my microwave for 4.5 minutes till it's bubbling like crazy. Take it out, set it on a hot pad. Then I take 2 big, huge, whopping big 2 tablespoons of coffee. I mean, just biggins. Throw it in there, stir it up real good, let it sit for a second, go back to it. And then I've got a Melita filter that goes on top of my cup. And I just pour it into that so that it filters out the grounds, and I'm done.
Oh, okay.
It's so easy. It's just like, it's a no-brainer for me. And I love the taste. The taste is to die for. It really is. So if you haven't tried the coffee,
No, I haven't.
Fake it and go buy some, and don't tell somebody where it come from until after they've tasted it.
What's the brand, or what's the name of it?
I'll go show you a package. Just
okay.
Right.
All right. Welcome, Craig.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, Craig. Hi, Nikki at Flippin' Crazy. Okay, so we do know that Poplar picker and Lisa is Flippin' Crazy, but I know you, Craig. You're probably just joking. It's all good. I set my Kirks. I'm not a coffee drinker, and Michael has 1 cup a day, so Kirk is perfect. Yeah, that's, again, once in a while I'll run to my Kirk to do a quick Cafe El Moro. Okay, and that's Dollar Tree, Dollar General, what'd you say?
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, okay.
That has got to be the absolute best coffee in the world. Absolute. I cannot tell you. I have bought Starbucks. I've bought all of the designer coffee brands.
Yeah, I'm not a star like
all the rest of them. And this is the best coffee I have ever tasted. And the part about it, and this is not the same as they have at Aldi. I have to tell you, because Aldi has one similar that's a little bit bigger and they don't charge too much for it. But this is different. This is Cafe El Moro. And I gave this also to my hairdresser. And God, she'll kill me for not having my hair done and talking about her at the same time. But anyway, I gave her, because she is Hispanic and can't find good coffee.
Okay.
So I said to her, I says, I've got some coffee. I'm going to drop by. And so that morning I had my hair done, came back that afternoon, dropped her off a package of coffee. And I saw her on Facebook, and I said, well, how'd you like the coffee? She gave me this big rant in Spanish that I had to go translate because I didn't understand what she'd said. She's so good. She's a hairdresser that's been around since we used to use rollers. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She knows how to cut. She is a precise cutter. And she also gives people that are over 60 a discount. So I pay so cheap for my hair processes. It's amazing. And I love her to pieces. So I'll go nowhere else. But she tasted that. She says, that's the absolute best coffee I've ever had. So she liked it too. So that was 2 people that know coffee. And I'm stuck on it now. So much for my coffee.
Good to know. I'll have to, when I run out to the store later, the shopping center has a Dollar Tree. I'll have to run in and see if they have it.
If they do, and they don't have a lot of them, buy a couple. If you like it, the next time you know to buy it. You can't buy it by the case online. I've tried.
Okay.
So I go in and I'll buy 12, 24, whatever. I'll rake them in, and then I'll ask them for a box. And then I'll ask them, do you have a case of these in the back? If so, I'll save you the time of having to do this, and I'll put them all back.
Right.
Well, we don't, but we might be having a case come in. So, and that's another place that I have made a connection.
Sure.
I can't say it enough. The Dollar Tree is a vast world of stuff, more so than what they have online. I went to my Dollar Tree local, and I've got a gal now calling me every time a certain product comes in for me to come pick it up.
Nice. Now, are you doing retail arbitrage with that stuff? Are you selling on Amazon? Okay. No.
Not on Amazon, no. I do everything strictly eBay and Mercari for me.
Oh,
and the reason I do is that I've sold a lot of toys on Mercari.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I have sold Barbie doll stuff, Barbie camping fun stuff that I got at discount, and Star Wars stuff that I've gotten at discount. And anything like that. It has gone wacko.
Wow. Okay.
Sold for top dollar on Mercari within the first couple of days I listed it.
Nice.
Then what I do is I'll take them off of Mercari because there's no charge on Mercari until you sell it. And they also will help you with shipping. Let's say, for example, you're new and you're starting out. You go on Mercari, you list your stuff. You can do it all on your phone. It's real quick, real easy. You do your setup. If it sells, if you chose to have them do the shipping, what they'll do, they'll charge you for shipping. You have to measure it and weigh it and all that. But you then, you have made that decision from the get-go. They will take it out of the sale so that you don't even have to worry about charging for the shipping and all that. You print out the label, stick it on your package, take it down, whether it be FedEx or USPS or UPS, whichever, and mail it. It's a done deal. Now, that is a good way to start because you don't have any of the upfront costs that you would have. Then you wait 3 days. If they haven't made a decision within 3 days, then they will give you a good rating, and the other people don't get a chance to rate you, and Mercari releases your funds. You have a 3-day wait with Mercari after it's sold.
Okay.
That's the only drawback, but I don't call that a drawback. I call that insurance.
Honestly, I don't do a lot of the other sites. And Lisa from Flippin' Crazy, her and I a couple of weeks ago tried to do a Google Hangout where we were going to do a live and talk about all the different platforms and the difference between selling on the local market, because she does a lot of local market stuff, and the difference, selling on the platform. So I think maybe, you know what, Deb, I'll have you on too. We'll do maybe a couple of us where we'll talk about, because I know nothing about Mercari.
I love it. I love it. It's primarily, I don't know, I've been told, and I haven't done my homework yet, but quickly, it has come to the United States. It's been in business for quite a while, but it has just come to the United States in the last 4 or 5 years or so. I picked up on it because somebody mentioned it to me. I got on Mercari. I saw that it was a lot of clothing, but they also had anything you wanted to sell there. So I said, well, I'll throw something out there and see if it sticks. By gosh, it sold within 3 hours. And I went, dang, this works.
Wow.
So, that's just my experience. And I've had absolutely no problems. And because I listed more than 5 items within a day, they gave me an ability to buy any one product there for free. They'd give you a bunch of things to choose from, and you could have anything you wanted in there for free. I picked a Barrington Bear and got it for absolutely free. They picked it from one of their customers and had it sent directly to me. So with that being said, they're not only good to deal with, but they're cross-promoting their people. And a Barrington Bear, it showed a $20 value, and it was absolutely free to me for making a listing of 5 people.
Okay. All right.
I mean, 5 products, excuse me. So it's a way for them to build their listers up as well as help to self-promote their people from within. I thought that was a marvelous idea.
Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. All right. So yeah, we're definitely going to do something like that. We're going to talk about all the different platforms and people who know it, like, Mercari, and I think, like I said, Lisa knows more about like Let Go and OfferUp and things like that. That again, I dab a little bit in Poshmark, but that's it. eBay is eBay. No, so maybe we'll have an Amazon expert on.
Well, I'm not an expert by any means on any of it. I just give my 2 cents
a lot
worth.
more than I've ever heard about Mercari, even just those few little things you just mentioned. The other thing I want to try while we're on here real quick, because Craig is
Hey, Craig.
Landshark Picker. I don't know, because I never know if he's joking or not. He was like, "Hi, Nikki at Flippin' Crazy," and Nikki is Poplar Picker and Flippin' and Crazy is Lisa, and maybe he truly doesn't remember anybody's name. And I have a mental block. It's my age, right? CRS disease, whatever you want to call it. And Darlene Norgasar keeps saying, every time somebody comes on the show, oh, what was her name? What was his name? She forgot. So I told Darlene I was going to work on this list. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. And anybody who wants a copy of this, I'm not quite finished with it yet, but this is what I'm doing. Can you see my screen?
Oh, I like how you've done that. That is so good.
Okay, so I'm putting YouTube name, formal name, some of them birthdays, because we had Melissa W's birthday the other day. We had Kimmy's birthday last month. So if I know who their spouse is, or any personal notes, in the personal notes right now, I'm just putting either the state that they live in, or for like you, Deb, I put Ruby is her bird, so I remember Ruby.
Yeah, I don't get away with talking. This is the longest I've been able to talk online without Ruby getting mad.
Okay.
Of course, it's early in the morning and she's still waking up. So that could be.
I put a bunch of people that like I'm either subscribed to or that just come in. It's in alphabetical order so that when somebody goes and says, oh, it's alphabetically. All right, let me go down to H's and see who Hip Flippin' Mama is. Oh, that's Kelly, right? So, things like that.
You're too dang organized.
So I've been putting it together this weekend and I said, all right, I'm going to get it together and anybody who technically wants it, I'll see.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll see. We'll see if somebody wants it, just let me know and I'll certainly send it out to you. I did something to my screen here. There we go.
I liked it better smaller.
But this way, if anybody needs a cheat sheet or anyone who wants to send me additional information, like their birthday, you don't have to send me a year, but I just, it's a nice fun fact to know about somebody.
I'm August 4th.
Okay, good. I'm putting it down, August 4th. All right.
And I didn't give you the year. Everybody already knows what the year is, probably.
See, now I know why we get along. You're a Leo. My whole life is full of Leos and Scorpios. That's my whole life.
Scorpios are hard because that's what I think my daughter is. My daughter is Scorpio. I think my daughter's a Scorpio, but if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Leos tend to attract Leos because we all like to play.
I'm not a Leo. I'm just saying Leos are big in my life. I'm a Taurus, actually. I'm May 6th.
Do you know what's funny is that all of the people in my life that I've had fun with have been Tauruses. It's interesting. My husband is a Cancer, and I think he's June 30th. His birthday's next week or a little after that. I know I've got it written on the calendar so I don't forget. He's already got his birthday in spades. I have bought more cars from Donatella than you can shake a stick at, but he's loved every one of them. So, and they've been absolutely perfectly packed. Bless her heart. Donna does a good job. Yes, very good job.
I love Donna. Mm-hmm. She's such a great person. Mm-hmm. I felt bad yesterday. I think Derek got insulted. Do you think Derek got insulted? Because all of a sudden you were going to do the show at 4:00 and all of a sudden Derek was doing it. I feel like maybe he. And I didn't want
he talked about it.
I even offered Donna, when Derek said he couldn't be there next Friday night, I said, I'll host it. I don't want to be taking it away from Derek. I just felt like, what? She has so much stuff. She wants to auction it off. She wants to get rid of it. Yeah. I get that. Who cares, even if we're sharing it around,
Derek wasn't upset at all. In fact, it was an okay thing. I talked with him prior to all of that coming down. And I told him, I said, if you want to do this, that's great because I got stuff I've got to get done. I was doing it to help out. He said, well, sure, I can do it. And he was so wore out by the time that was over with.
I know, 3.5 hours. My whole day between, I was crazy. I was like, oh my God, but that's all right.
It was fine.
The next couple of weeks, it's all good.
There's no drama in this situation. I refuse to go.
Listen. I love this community. I love everybody that I've met. Like I said, I did YouTube many years ago on a different, kind of genre and the whole thing. And I never went live a lot. And since I've gone live or I've watched live, I feel like this is such a great community. And there's even people now, like Darlene, like Joy, people who don't do exactly what we do, but have kind of been involved in the group. And I love everybody. I'm just that person anyway.
All we can do is support each other. And, I've learned in life that high school was back in the 60s for me. So screw it. Yeah. I don't have to play that game no more. And it's the same way with like being in business. There were times when I would have to bite my tongue, smile, and just be the cute woman. And I hated that. I absolutely hated that. But, here I don't have to. I am who I am, and I'm learning, this is the hardest thing for me, whether I've got my makeup on, whether I've got my hair done, I'm the same person down in my heart. And I love people's hearts. I don't love the people for what they do. It's who they are. Right. And if you like a person for who they are, that's what's important. And I'm learning that. And it's like yesterday. We talked about it. We were going to do it. And then we had Derek do it because Derek was a continuation of what he was already doing. We thought he was taken up for time factors, and he wasn't. So that was good.
Okay. No, and I didn't mean it that way. It was just.
No, I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
How, everybody was good with that because, sometimes,
Oh, I'm sure the rumors are flying, honey.
On anybody's toes, and
Yeah.
sometimes
No, we don't play that. We don't do that. We just help each other.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure it was okay too, so I immediately went to Derek and said, "Are you okay with this?"
Right.
He said, "I didn't know you wanted to do it again." I said, "Well, do it." Hello, wake up.
Right.
That's the differences in, I guess. You've been around the block as much, well, not as much as I have. I think I'm the oldest one in the group. But the point is that we learn from experience and from ages. And the younger people, and by younger, I mean the ones in their 30s and 40s. Okay, that to me is young. They tend to jump guns a lot, and they have to learn. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we learn. You know, this is a good thing.
Listen, I learned from them too. I mean, there's a lot of young people in our group that know a lot more than I will ever know.
Yes.
When it comes to this stuff.
Doesn't it bother you when they say something in the 60s and 70s and 80s is vintage?
No, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It makes me go, oh my God, what do I have still?
Yeah.
I mean, I still have the Taco Bell dogs from Taco Bell from the kids' meals. I have those.
Oh yeah.
Ones that talk. They're telling me those are vintage. I've got some German crystal. I just found a box yesterday of a lot of German beer steins, and I'm going, oh my God.
Oh my God, I had so many German beer steins from my husband, from his house. And you know what, the first garage sale, the year after we moved in here, I just was starting to
think about it.
And I can't even tell you what went out. But again, you can't think about what's going on.
No, but I still have this stuff. So it's like
Elvis Presley, his first wife passed away when I met her, before I met her, however I want to say that. He lost his first wife, who was a very, very big Elvis Presley fan. And and Disney. She had so much Disney and Mickey Mouse and Pluto and all of the characters. And my girlfriend was very big into Disney, and I wasn't that into Disney at the time, so I can't tell you what I gave away at Disney. And the Elvis Presley, I'm embarrassed to say, that went in the garbage. Embarrassed to say that.
My heart. I met Elvis Presley in 1963 by total accident in Garden Grove, California. And he just said, "Don't tell anybody I was here." And I spent, half hour, 45 minutes talking with that man face to face. Yeah. And at that time, he was still thin. At that time, he just wanted to be himself with nobody knowing he was there.
Right.
He was with no bodyguards. He was with no people. I'm sure that if they were at a distance. But the point is that he was just walking in the park where I was at. And I was in high school at the time, and I just freaked. He says, "Don't say nothing. Please don't say nothing. Don't draw no attention." And of course, we didn't have cell phones back then. Dang, I'd have wrecked my phone taking pictures. But the point was, he was down to earth. He was in the park right next to the Christian church that I used to go to. And it was close to my high school. So that was the funnest day of my life.
I bet. Oh my God. Wow.
It took me probably a week to come down because I couldn't tell anybody for a long time. I wasn't supposed to, so I kept my word. You know how you do.
Yeah.
Back when you're a kid, you just, but anyway. Oh, I'm sorry that you threw all that stuff away.
No, and you know what? It was just, my husband had a house with her. And no disrespect for her. Believe me, she was a tragic story. She was 5 months pregnant. She had a brain aneurysm and died at work. I mean, it was terrible. And it was his high school sweetheart. And, not a good situation. He had to, so to speak, pull the plug and make a decision. And neither her nor the baby survived. And needless to say, when I had my son with him, he was a nervous wreck. And oh my God, and you never.
My husband's wife passed from cancer a year and a half before I met him.
Yeah.
And so when I moved in, there was still a closet full of her clothes and all of her personal belongings. He'd moved out of the room, but he hadn't moved her out of the room. Her ashes were still in a box on the dresser. And it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough for him, but I still to this day allow him to talk about her as if she's still his wife, because she is.
It's so funny because I think, I don't know, we have a different type of situation. I mean, even though like he was like they were like 17 and 18. They got married young. They were like 19 and 20, whatever it was. And, married till, she was 34. I think he was about that age, I guess, when I met him. When I met him, it was 2 years after she had passed. And, but now it's just, I'm his wife, and it's almost like I've been his only wife. And our son, because a guy had even questioned him like years ago, well, what are you going to do? Where do you want me to bury you when you die? Do you want to go with Lori, or do you want to come with me? He says, you're the mother of my child, or my children, because my oldest son, even though he's from my first marriage, he doesn't really know his father. His father's been gone since he's 4 years old and never come back. So my husband is really his father. He's dad, and he's like, I'm going with my children's mother. I'm not, because that's almost like, it's now 30 years later, so it's a long.
Well, I've been with my husband 20 years, and
we're married 25 years.
19 years ago, and he said that was a past memory, but there are times when, because he was military and she was military and they were in the military together, they both did forward ops. They both had a lot of things going on. So it's been a rough time for him in a lot of things, because he's got the PTSD, and he's 77, and he served 3 tours in Vietnam. He was in Germany on the wrong side when the wall came down. He did a lot of stuff, and I'm there to hear him tell me whatever he wants to tell me, always, because he has been my rock, and that's important. That, if you're married, you're married. I didn't get it before, I guess. Guys up north were just not my style, I guess, on the West Coast. But I never had a child with him until we adopted our granddaughter. That was his daughter's child, and she backed out of the picture because CPS had stepped in. And I said, this is our grandbaby. We're not going to let it go to the system. So we stepped up. She signed off on the paperwork. She hasn't seen our daughter since she was 7.
That's a shame. I mean, I go off and say that.
You got to do what you got to do. So we teasingly tell our daughter, she's brilliant. You're my retirement. Make me happy.
Right.
You're going to be there when I need to go to a nursing home. So you better make a lot of money. And she says, Mom, you're never going to go to a nursing home. I said, you're right. You got it. They'd throw me out. I'd be holding drag races in wheelchairs.
I could see
There'd be money bets on the side, guarantee.
Definitely could see it. Definitely could see it for sure. Yeah,
well, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to have to run.
Yeah, we're going to cut it now. I'm almost on an hour, and I guess nobody else wanted to come in this morning, but that's all good. I'm going to do this on a regular basis on the weekends, but I'd love to get together. I'm going to talk with Lisa, because I know Lisa and I were going to do something together with the online stuff versus the local stuff, and doing, how to sell things. But I'd love to put something together with all of us, since we're all so knowledgeable in different areas, and definitely want to figure that out. So, but yeah, join me anytime. I'm going to go live Saturday and Sunday mornings, coffee with tea, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and I guess that would be 6 a.m. Pacific. So for those of you on the West Coast, sorry, but we're up early here. I'm up earlier than this because my husband left for work at 5 o'clock this morning. So.
I'm usually up between 4:30 and 5:30 every morning, only because I can't sleep, even though I'm in Central Texas time zone. You need, I just sent you my private information.
Okay.
Keep it to yourself, but give me a call anytime you feel you need to.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. Okay. Thanks for joining.
You're very welcome, honey. And if I don't answer, say, this is T, and call me back, and I'll call you right back.
You got it.
I don't answer a lot of phone calls because they're all of those stupid robocalls, and I get tired of answering it. So
yeah, unfortunately, I use my cell phone for business, and I have to pick up like every call because you just don't know who's coming through. It's really stinks sometimes.
Yep, I know what you're saying. Well, it's been a joy. Thank you so much. And I'm glad to see you face to face and talk. I just wish I looked better. But everybody deal with it. I'm old and I'm happy, and that's important.
I've gotten over this a long time ago. I don't care about, it is what it is.
Okay, honey. Well, you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. So I'm going to call it a day today. We have been broadcasting for about an hour now, and I'm going to keep this up. So tune in every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. till maybe 11, maybe not. Depends on how the call goes or how those of you who want to join, maybe I'll have a special guest every morning, or if you guys want to get on, that's all good. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your weekend. And for those of you reselling, happy reselling. See you soon. Bye.